The discovery of Bitcoin marks a pivotal second in the history of finance. Via its decentralized issuing mechanism, mining, Bitcoin was able to go back monetary freedom to customers, ensuring that no transaction can be censored or reversed with the aid of 0.33 events. Moreover, Bitcoin has put foreign money issuing itself inside the fingers of the people, in preference to in a centralized entity. This has allowed Bitcoin to thrive as an international, apollitical forex and shop of price, impervious to out-of-doors elements that might in any other case undermine its cost and performance. Mining isn't all suitable, even though as it's far common with generation, when one hassle is solved, every other one arises from the answer. This is the case with Bitcoin mining, as soon as innocent practice that could be accomplished from any everyday computer laptop. Today it's $1 billion enterprise with an expected intake of 288 megawatts, in step with facts from the worldwide cryptocurrency benchmarking examined by means of the Cambridge Decide Business School. The continuing growth of cryptocurrency mining is not best affecting our environment, it's also harming cryptocurrencies themselves by means of selling centralization and industrialization. Ordinary users cannot desire to come to be miners themselves without a huge investment, specialized centers and hardware, and a vast diploma of technical information and experience. To put it in reality, Bitcoin's currency issuing procedure is not within the fingers of the many, however is as a substitute reserved for a few key players. These vast miners keep all of the incentives and have all of the power over the community. So, what must we do? Evidence of work mining is considered by using some as an fundamental part of the cryptocurrency ecosystem, appearing as the simplest foolproof anti-sybil mechanism that can maintain networks inclusive of Bitcoin safe. Others will argue that alternative techniques can acquire the same, if now not higher outcomes, without the need to give up safety or decentralization inside the method. Nowadays, we are going to take a look at some of the most and least famous options to digital foreign money mining. Some of these can help lessen or give up the centralization of Bitcoin mining and the environmental devastation this is being left in its wake. We're going to speak about opportunity strength resources, new consensus mechanisms and progressive implementations of proof of labor. Renewable energy. In 2016, BBC revealed that 70% of the Bitcoin hash rate changed into placed in China. Unfortunately, the great majority of energy in the U.S. is produced through burning coal, resulting in considered one of the biggest carbon footprints inside the global. In spite of latest efforts with the aid of the Chinese language authorities to halt coal power tasks, the dirty black rock is still being burned for the duration of the U.S. From commercial boilers to domestic stoves, coal generates more than 75% of the state's electricity. It has grown to be clear that as long as mining remains worthwhile, greater mining computers will come online, ingesting even greater energy. The long time period answer may additionally lie now not with opportunity mining, issuing strategies but with the source of energy itself. As power requirements continue to grow for miners, it's far likely that miners will start turning closer to renewable power resources. Hydrominer, for example, is a cryptocurrency mining enterprise. The use of hydropower stations inside the Alps plays to electricity its mining operations. Referred to as one of the best and cleanest resources of energy, the power that is generated from hydropower emits just about 5 to 10% of the CO2 released by using conventional fossil gas electricity. By using hydropower, the agency will pay much less for electricity. As a counterfact, the employer's fee of energy is without a doubt 85% decrease than the Europe's average rate, making it aggressive with China. Considering the fact that wind and solar energy do now not produce a consistent supply of power, hydropower appears to be the maximum suitable electricity supply for digital forex mining. Hydropower generates a considerable amount of energy without depending drastically on climatic conditions, air contemporary glide, and complicated startup strategies. Working and maintenance fees are commonly low, as those approaches are almost absolutely computerized and require no gasoline. Proof of stake evidence of work is not the most effective way to run a digital forex. An alternate consensus mechanism, known as proof of stake, POS, is predicated on a process called forging. Each person can stake his currency and have a risk to be decided on to forge a block and earn more foreign money. Individuals who own extra currency get hold of more probabilities to forge blocks. The idea is straightforward. The extra coins you've got, the greater coins you learn. In its application, however, evidence of stake is plenty greater complex and is derived in numerous variations. Even as reviews on those remember vary, it's difficult to disregard the blessings supplied by way of proof of stake mining, the most applicable of which being the decreased power intake. POS also lets in absolutely everyone to take part in the network with none special hardware or technical knowledge, given that everyone that is wanted is to leave one's digital forex wallet, node running. In terms of safety, proof of stake also gives some less than apparent benefits. For example, a proof of work miner should put money into hardware in order to mine cash. This would typically mean that he has a vested hobby within the nicely being and fulfillment of the community. But, the modern cryptocurrency landscape allows miners to apply their gadget profitably on other coins, in particular when handling GPU mining. Proof of stake, then again, requires the person to purchase coins in order to participate inside the community, ensuring that his mining power cannot be used elsewhere. In terms of safety, this prevents sure assaults, for the reason that the death or disruption of the cryptocurrency handy could bring about a loss of funding for the malicious actor. In the world of evidence of stake, numerous one-of-a-kind implementations have been created. The Waves platform, for example, makes use of a least evidence of stake gadget in which miners can rent their tokens to full nodes as a way to generate sales while not having to host their own nodes. A comparable technique is used by post-cryptocurrencies who vote on delegates to generate blocks and vote on crucial choices. Structures similar to the ones implemented in proof-of-labor cryptocurrencies can also be carried out via the usage of clever contracts. Smart contracts. Another viable opportunity is mining through using smart contracts for Ethereum-based totally, ERC20, tokens. This system is obviously dependent on the safety of the Ethereum blockchain which, at the moment, is supplied by using an extensive network of proof-of-labor miners. Future plans will see Ethereum move to a POS device. MinRem, for example, is an Ethereum primarily based token that makes use of a gadget of clever contracts to problem and distribute tokens while not having to undertake any evidence system. Their assertion reads, MinRem is the primary ever self-mining smart settlement token. Cash are generated at the fly with a mathematical system. Despite being extremely attractive, this practice it is still dependent on the integrity of the Ethereum blockchain, which itself runs on a proof-of-labor machine. Though, it's far a terrific step towards a greater sustainable mining enterprise in which software tokens may have complex issuing schedules while not having to motel to their very own independent blockchain and the related strength costs. Behind schedule proof of work behind schedule evidence of labor, POW, is a reasonably new idea in the international of cryptocurrency mining. POW permits any cryptocurrency to be as comfy as Bitcoin itself without the need to have a huge network of miners protective it. Not on time proof of work is predicated on a secondary network of notary nodes for you to provide this progressed security mechanism. Notary nodes take the block hashes from a currency's blockchain and insert them into the Bitcoin blockchain by making transactions. On the equal time, the facts about previous blocks stored at the Bitcoin blockchain is constantly checked by way of nodes which will ensure that the forex's network, via stamping the block hashes from weaker cryptocurrencies on the Bitcoin blockchain, these grow to be proof against formally open attack vectors wherein a malicious actor with huge quantities of hashing electricity should disrupt the network via rewriting the facts on it. With the aid of timestamping the block hashes on the Bitcoin blockchain, they grow to be as immutable as Bitcoin itself and allow the notary nodes to perceive the assault attempt. Although mining on those chains happens via proof of labor, it's finished through an on-demand block technology procedure. Another idea put forward through POW developer JL777, on call for block era, ensures that blocks are most effective mined when a transaction wishes to be processed. This reduces the computational strength sent by miners and the storage necessities for nodes. Polycryptoblog, who works with JL777,
explains, on-demand block era saves power on its very own blockchain, whereas deep power makes the Bitcoin blockchain extra power efficient. When a transaction is detected in the mempool, the mining process starts. This protects energy on many fronts. CPU cores sit idle after they are not mining, similar to evidence of stake. This also leads to smaller blockchain sizes due loss of empty blocks being mined, which ends up in much less syncing time and saving on space and energy inside the procedure. Beneficial evidence of labor. Some could argue that Bitcoin's evidence of work remains useful given that it protects the community. But, whilst we say useful, we suggest recyclable. If we will leverage the power being wasted on evidence of work for different computational heavy offerings, then we're no longer losing it. That is a concept that has been explored within the past by way of projects like Gridcoin and Foldcoin. Through including an incentive layer in the shape of cryptocurrencies, those initiatives allow customers to mine coins while contributing to properly causes along with clinical studies and climate research. This may be visible as one of the first instances of useful power. Another currency makes use of useful paintings device wherein computational electricity is changed through garage area. Their white paper reads, "We propose a useful paintings consensus protocol, wherein the possibility that the community elects a miner to create a brand new block, we confer with this because the voting power of the miner is proportional to their garage presently in use with regards to the relaxation of the network. We lay out the Filecoin protocol such that miners would alternatively spend money on storage than in computing electricity to parallelize the mining computation. Miners provide garage and reuse the computation for evidence that facts is being stored to take part inside the consensus." Conclusion. We normally like to wrap articles like these in a nice little bundle where we draw some sort of end or answer from the analysis carried out. However, the reality is that we don't actually know what the future holds. When Satoshi Nakamoto wrote the Bitcoin white paper, he did no longer envision ASIC miners or mining swimming pools, and he clearly did now not envision a 288 megawatt mining enterprise. However, if necessity is the mom of invention, the solutions listed above imply a clean need for an opportunity to the current norm. Whether it's the green strength sources being explored by using Hydra miner, evidence of stake implementation, or something else, absolutely, one component is sure: the cutting-edge situation isn't always sustainable.